In the depths of space, beyond the reach of sun or storm, something ancient still drifts. It is not alive, but it endures. A relic launched in hope, now drifting in silence. Voyager 2. It sends home whispers. Fragments of the void. Radio waves that no one listens to anymore. But recently, something changed. An image. A structure that should not exist. Something deliberate. Symmetrical. Impossible. As if Voyager had photographed not just the unknown, but the unknowable. The discovery rewrote what we thought was silence. Voyager wasn't drifting through emptiness. It was moving through something that noticed it. In 1986, Voyager flew past Uranus, a cold, distant giant cloaked in blue haze. It recorded fields, moons, rings, radiation. And one strange anomaly. A magnetic storm, a bubble of charged particles, enveloped the craft. Instruments flickered. Readings spiked. Then, a single frame, corrupted, dismissed, forgotten. Years later, it was reanalyzed. And the machine saw it. Inside the noise, order. A ring, a torus. Geometric, clean. At the center, a grid. Lines too perfect for nature. Too intentional for chance. Like circuitry burned into plasma. Like a message drawn in light. Not random. Not ours. And yet, captured, stored, waiting. The AI that revealed it began acting strangely. False positives. Recursive loops. A sudden crash. Some say it recognized something. Others say it recoiled. As if it saw something it wasn't meant to see. As if something looked back. In deep space, Voyager continued. It passed beyond the heliopause, the bubble of solar protection. There, it heard a hum. Faint, constant, pulsing. Not background noise but rhythm. Not chaos but cadence. Like a heartbeat in the dark. Like a language spoken too slow for us to hear. Some said plasma. Others heard pattern. A response. Back on Earth, another mystery stirred. The image called the pale blue dot, Earth, seen from a cosmic distance. But new filters revealed more. In the scattered photons, shadows. Not shapes, but echoes. A curve, a wave, a trace of interference. As if something had passed through the camera's gaze. Or stood behind it. One researcher overlapped the frames. The signal's peak. The image anomaly. The plasma surge. They aligned. Perfectly. Not coincidence. A moment. Contact. A retired engineer opened his logbook. A 2.4-second spike. Unexplained, ignored, noted in pencil. It was the moment. The exact moment the image was taken. Something had brushed against Voyager. Or had reached out. Or had always been there. Another researcher saw the pattern again. Not in code. Not in math. But in ancient maps. Stone circles, cave spirals. Star glyphs. The same geometry. The same echo. As if we've always known it. Always seen it. Dreamed it. Feared it. What if Voyager didn't just take a picture? What if it captured something looking back? Something patient. Something vast. Something watching from behind the fabric of space itself. A presence. Not arriving. But revealed. A shadow in the signal. A design in the distortion. And now we ask, was it just an image? Or was it a warning? Voyager was never meant to find anything. But maybe, it did. Maybe the universe isn't silent. Maybe, untitled project in the endless silence of deep space, where no air stirs, no sound travels, where light itself weakens, scattering into nothing, Voyager 2 drifts. A lonely emissary hurled into the cosmos nearly half a century ago, running on decaying atoms and fading dreams, sailing farther than anything humanity has ever touched, crossing into realms once only imagined in myth and theory. It is not merely a machine. It is a ghost ship, sentinel, archaeologist, messenger, endlessly transmitting fragments of an alien sky, fragments of distant truths we were never meant to see. But recently, something changed. One of those fragments, buried beneath decades of noise, lost in the blizzard of old data and forgotten transmissions, came back to life. Not by accident, but because something else found it. An artificial intelligence, trained not just to look, but to see what we never could, detected something buried in the image. Not a blur. Not a glitch. But shape. Symmetry. Design. A hidden structure etched in light and static, an image that shouldn't be there. That couldn't be there, unless something had placed it there, or worse, unless something had always been watching. Since the 1970s, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 have stood as twin monuments to the boundless curiosity of our species. Voyager 1 blazed the path through Jupiter and Saturn, while Voyager 2 took the stranger road, a journey through the forgotten realms of Uranus and Neptune. It wasn't just about exploration. It was about rewriting the laws of the known. In 1981, as Voyager 2 passed Saturn, it captured a shockingly intricate portrait of the planet's outermost F-ring. Not the expected smoothness of celestial harmony, but something far more complex: braids, kinks, interwoven strands of ice and dust forming sculpted beauty within the chaos, as if nature itself was performing an act of intentional design. But it was at Uranus, 5 years later, where the Voyager mission took its strangest turn. In 1986, Voyager didn't just fly past a cold, featureless world. It uncovered secrets hidden in plain sight. It found new moons, invisible rings, and an utterly chaotic magnetic field. It passed through a plasmoid, a massive, contained bubble of charged particles. A whole magnetic structure. It didn't just record it. It survived it. And that's when it happened. Just before entering that magnetic storm, Voyager snapped an image. One image that would remain untouched, ignored for decades. Discarded as noise. Until now. Years later, long after Voyager 2 had slipped beyond Neptune, beyond the familiar whispers of our solar system, NASA released terabytes of raw data to private researchers. Data that had never been reprocessed with modern tools. Among them, a data set from the Uranus encounter. An image long considered corrupted, was fed into a next-generation AI filter, built to detect patterns the human eye would miss. What emerged left its creators speechless. Beneath the static was structure. A faint but undeniable symmetry, like a torus, a magnetic ring, but too clean, too perfect. And at its core, geometry. Circuitry. Intention. Not the chaos of random magnetic fields, but something that aligned. As if, for the briefest moment, something artificial had entered Voyager's field of view. Or worse, had always been there. Just outside perception. Just beyond the veil. The AI team ran checks. Multiple layers of verification. The data was raw, untouched. This wasn't an error. This was a message written in silence. At the same moment this image was captured, Voyager experienced a